All right, guys, let's go for a drive. So this here is my 1964 Ford Galaxie. It is a little worse for wear. Don't look too close. Let's go for a drive, right? Ooh, that started, but oh no! Look at that. The oil light was on. Well, some of that. We need to check the oil. So let's go. Let's go look. We're gonna go and up and whoo, doggy. Look at that. That's a little. It's a little old. 62 years old. It could be worse. But oh no, you see that? That's oil dripping. And you see that? It's been dripping for a while. So I'm gonna do something about that, and that's gonna be my video today. I'm gonna show you how to replace this guy right here. That is your valve cover gasket. I'm gonna show you how to replace that because I'm pretty sure that's where the leak's coming from. And if not, whatever, that's all right. So here we go. All right, so this is what you need here. All right, so you need a socket set. I like to have these deep ones, just kind of make everything a little bit nicer. You need a good socket itself, ratchet. I mean, and I like to have the extension as well. It just gives me a little extra room. And the key part is this right here. This is your valve gasket. Okay, if you look right here, it says Ford 4.3 liter, 3.6. That's what I have in my car. It's a I have a Inline 6. Okay, so what that means is I have 6 cylinders in here. If you count these spark plugs, each spark plug goes to a cylinder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, I'm not going to be messing with the spark plugs today, but just so you know, each cylinder gets a spark plug, and it lets off some spark when the air and the fuel is compressed, and then that has a very small controlled explosion, and it pushes the piston back down, and then it moves the crankshaft, and then all that creates power for you to move your car. So just so you know, that's how that works there. So before I do anything, I'm going to take this guy out here. That's going to tell me if I'm actually low on oil, which, I mean, I got the indicator light, but you never know. Okay, so if I take it out right away, oh man, I have no idea. Where's it at? It's kind of all over the place. So what you need to do is you need to wipe it off. Okay, and then let's see if I can get this here. You need to wipe it off. All right. See how there's nothing on there now? Come on, focus. Oh well. And then I put it back in and just bring it back out. Let's see where it's at. Okay, if I bring it down here, where are we at here? Woo, baby, I am missing a lot of oil. You want to know where it all is? Well, you know where it all is. It's right there. So, I'm going to need to add quite a lot into here, or else my engine is not going to have a good day. All right, so I figured since it has so little oil in it, I might as well just do an oil change too. So this is what you need for an oil change, along with your ratchet set here. You need an oil pan. You probably just go to, renting a farmer's market or antique market or something. Pick one of these up for like nothing. I like using the Rotella, the T4 Rotella. So it has detergent in it, so it really cleans out an older engine. I know it says heavy duty diesel, but that's okay. Gasoline or diesel, it doesn't really matter. My car's gas. And then I got myself an oil filter. All right. And you're probably like, oh, how do you know which oil filter? Just Google it. It's okay. Just Google it. All good. So let me get under the car and drain whatever oil is left. And yeah, here we go. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this oil cap here. Just so, woo, look at that. Oh, baby. Ooh, I got to replace that. Well, that'll be tomorrow. Anyway, I do that so that you don't have that like air suction, and your you know, your oil can flow out freely. If you don't, it's going to take like twice as long, and who wants to do that? So here we go. Under here, I got my pan, I got my ratchet, and I have a place to lay down. Now, usually, we would have this thing up on some sort of block or like a jack. But here, I'm not going to do that because there's plenty of room under this car. I am, however, going to chock the back wheels there so it doesn't roll on me, because that's the last thing you want. All right, here we go. I'll meet you under there. All right, so here I am under the car, and right there is my drain plug for my oil. Now, I don't know if you can tell that. I got some oil dripping from there, so that might actually be an even bigger issue. I don't have a good seal, all right? But that's okay. Let me get the right tool here. Take that off. All right, so I'm using a 7/8 socket here. You could easily look that up on Google too if you want. Or, to be honest, I just did a little trial and error. Man, it's a lot more difficult with only one hand. Ooh, sorry for the noise. Now you're like, oh, is this going to be dirty? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Sometimes you gotta get dirty in order to make things better. There we are. Let's see how much oil is actually in here. There it goes. Gloop, 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 gloop. Yeah, there's not a lot in here at all. But it looks good. Very chocolatey. I don't see any metal shards. Metal shards would be bad. That means your engine is kind of breaking from the inside out. And obviously you don't want to do that. But I'm going to let that kind of spill out for a little bit. And I'll be back in a minute or two. Alright, so that's all the oil that was in my car. You can still see it dripping a little bit there. But that is not a lot. That should be at least like an inch higher on all the way around. So yeah, this is definitely needed. As you can see, it is still dripping, but yeah, it's good enough for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this this nut back on. So yeah. All right, so down here, if you could look down here, this white thing, this is my oil filter. I need to take that off. Now, I do have the oil pan underneath it just in case, but there shouldn't be much oil that comes out of here since we already drained everything. So I'm going to use this tool here. What it does is it grabs onto it and you just turn like so. All right. Now, my car is really good for this because there's so much room. I have a party in here, you know. But modern cars, there's so much stuff jammed in that this is not always an easy experience. So, all right, there it is. Let that drip out. Really not a whole heck of a lot. There's the old one. This really isn't all that old. I should have put a date and a mileage on here, but I didn't. I'm going to do that with the new one. Just because these old cars, you just don't drive them a whole heck of a lot. And so, you know, they say change it every 3,000 miles. Well, sometimes it could be, you know, years for you to hit that 3,000 mile mark. So it's always good to write on here. That's what I'm going to do with the new one. All right, so here it is right here. This is the new oil filter. I'm just going to put the mileage on here, which is 73797. That's how many miles is on this car. And I'm going to put the date, which is July 21st, 2026. One day after Moon Day. All right, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it right back where it was. I'm only going to tighten it by hand. All right, if you tighten it with that tool that I use to take it off, it's possible that you could break the filter or have it so tight that you can't get it off next time, and you definitely don't want that. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of oil, even if it's the old stuff, that's fine, on my finger, and just go around the seal here. There we are. Just go around the seal here, just to kind of, I don't know, it makes a better connection. I don't know what else to tell you. So just put it on here and turn it. And once again, like I said, I have a ridiculous amount of room in here. On your modern cars, you are not going to have this kind of room. And this might be the most difficult portion of your oil change. All right, it's not going anywhere. Sweet. All right, next we're going to take care of this guy right here. We're going to take this off and we're going to replace the gasket. So cool. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. This is the air filter, just so I get better access to this guy right here. So I'll take this off. All right, and in here is, like I said, the actual air filter. That's pretty new. I don't need to replace that. Now, underneath that air filter is the carburetor. Okay, now we're not going to really touch this carburetor at all, but this is where the gas comes in, and then it gets sprayed down in here, and then it mixes with the air, and then it combines with the spark and moves the pistons around to move your engine. So without this, the car is just a big old paperweight. All right, so probably the most important part of the entire car is right there. Now, this guy, I got 6 of these all the way. I got 3 here, I got 3 on the back. I just got to take them off and lift this cover. All right, now let's take this off. There was actually 8. There was 1 here and 1 in the back as well. But here we go. We can take it off. And this is all the good stuff. Come on now. So, these here are the rockers. All right. As long as they're not moving back and forth, we should be a-okay. Nice. They are all good. If they weren't, you just simply go in here and tighten them up. Push rods are these guys right here. Once again, they shouldn't be moving, and none of them are. Now, for a 62-year-old engine, this thing's actually pretty good. Now, I don't have any oil in it right now. Let me take this off. This is what we're actually replacing. I don't have any oil in it right now, but if I did, I would run this for you, and you could see these things going up and down like a whole bunch of birds. It's actually really cool. I do have an old video of that. If I could find that, I'll put that in for you. But anyway, it is a little gunky, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to replace this guy here with our new one, and then I'm going to tighten this up and fill it up with oil and be done. All right, so I'm just going to put this right back on. As you can tell, this is the new one. And this guy right here is the oil saturated old one. This actually isn't in too terrible a shape, but it's always good to replace them anyway. So you do not need to put any sealant on here. Actually, definitely do not ever put any sealant on here. So this is made out of cork and rubber. It is designed to form fit after you have pressure in here. If you put some sort of sealant in there, it's just going to create gaps for oil to get out, and then you're going to have a driveway that looks like mine. All right, so please do not put any kind of sealant on there at all. There is no need. Now all I gotta do is set this on top again and secure it. Get out of the way. Hey, that's a lot better. All right, cool. All right, I'm just gonna tighten the bolts, and then we can add oil. Since I know I have no oil in here at all, I'm just gonna put the whole thing in. But if you're just topping off, make sure you measure first. See how much you actually need. But like I said, I need the whole darn thing. All right, there we are. Then just put the cap back on, put the air filter back on, and that's it. And that is that. there you go. That's how you change your oil, and that's how you change a valve gasket. And hopefully this thing will not leak nearly as much. We'll see what happens.